when ranking what the most formative piece of media was to me as a kid. And this is a whole, oh man, do I want to go into this? Yeah, you know what? Might as well. I'm just kind of talking. But what would I consider to be like the most formative piece of media to me as an individual of all time kind of thing? I mean, like, undoubtedly it's Calvin and Hobbes. Undoubtedly, Calvin and Hobbes is the most formative piece of media that I have ever consumed. Just straight up, there's no question in my mind, it was Calvin and Hobbes. I would have to say number 2 is probably Co-Star's Minecraft Let's Play series. If you guys haven't ever watched that series, do so. Look it up after the stream. Co-Star, Coestar. Look up Co-Star's like OG Minecraft series. Start at episode 1 for the episode 1 Let's Play. It starts in like Minecraft Alpha. That's how old this series is. And that series is what, to a decent degree, made me want to make videos on YouTube. I would have to say the third most formative piece of media I've ever seen was probably Farlands or Bust and Kurt J. Mack's Kerbal Space Program videos on YouTube. I would have to say those are probably the third most formative pieces of media of all time for me personally. Kurt J. Mack recently reached the Farlands in Minecraft after walking for a little bit over 10 years, which is nuts, absolutely crazy, I will acknowledge. And seeing his consistency and seeing what he did on YouTube with making a routine daily thing that he was doing, where he was doing a video just about every day kind of thing, was something that was very influential to me when I was first starting to watch YouTube videos. And I originally got on YouTube due to Minecraft. So I would have to say Minecraft is probably the fourth most formative piece of media to me as an individual of all time, I'll acknowledge. Just because Minecraft is what put me onto YouTube. And honestly, without Minecraft, and without watching Minecraft Let's Plays and Minecraft tutorials and Farlands or Bust and everything like that kind of thing, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today. But yeah, those are probably the 4 most formative pieces of media to me as an individual of all time. I just want to round it out at a solid number 5. Fifth most formative piece of media to me as an individual. That's really hard to say, honestly. There's a couple contenders. There's definitely a couple contenders. But, you know, honestly, the one that really pops into my mind is one I don't want to say publicly. But I will, because it has shaped a lot of what I've done over the years and a lot of what I've done in my free time over the years. So, you know, I'm going to say it. Fifth most formative piece of media of all time to me is Sword Art Online, the anime. I'm going to have to say that's probably the 5th most formative piece of media to me, because for quite a long time there, and still to some degree, I was doing, like, let's say, like, little anime edits on YouTube and making videos, and those anime edits were all started by Sword Art Online. I got into making, I got into wanting, okay, I guess, to be more specific, it's not just Sword Art Online that is one of the most formative pieces of media to me of all time. It's also Sword Art Online Abridged. Combine those two into one, yeah. Because I originally watched Sword Art Online, and then I found myself enjoying Sword Art Online Abridged when I was younger, even more than the original Sword Art Online. And by the way, I do still feel that way. I do still think Sword Art Online Abridged is better than the original Sword Art Online. I'm just gonna say that straight up. I do think it's a better piece of media. But yeah, Sword Art Online and Sword Art Online Abridged really did influence me a lot to want to make YouTube videos, to want to do edits, and to want to watch more anime as a whole. And I've been watching anime for a very long time now, and so I would have to say those are probably the 5 most formative pieces of media to me that have shaped very much who I am as a person. I feel weird talking about that sort of stuff. I don't normally give away, like, personal details to that degree, but I was like, man, this is actually a really interesting topic, and it's one that, honestly, I kind of want to ask, like, other people about, like whenever I'm talking to somebody. And I think like low key, like the next time I'm just chatting with like a friend or something like that, I may just ask like, what is, in your opinion, like the most formative piece of media to you that has made you who you are? And I think that's a very interesting question that you can ask somebody that will not only let you know a lot about who they are as a person, but will also give you a lot of information into how they grew up and everything like that as well. So, yeah, I think that's definitely a question that I need to start asking people more. I think that's definitely a really good conversation starter that I personally think you can get a lot of information from and talk so much about, kind of thing. I mean, like I could go even further, kind of thing, but I'm just not going to. I'm not going to. I don't want to give away that many personal details onto the internet, I'll acknowledge. But yeah, I'm gonna have to start asking that question more because I think that's a really cool question to ask, and I think it's possibly one of the best icebreakers of all time, frankly put. Kinda my take. Yeah. Yeah. Web77733, you're saying low key, you're stealing that question. Do so. Go for it, my man. Go for it. Absolutely steal that question. I think it's really interesting to find out and to see what the most formative pieces of media for people are. It lets you see, as said, not only how they grew up, where they are today, seeing how that media turn them into the person they are today, because media does have just that much of an influence on who we are as people. But it also lets you see what people might want to do in the future as well, kind of thing, which I think is really interesting. And so that's definitely a question that do absolutely steal that if you guys want to, kind of thing, because I think it's just a really cool question to ask. I've just realized we haven't even gotten to playing Counter-Strike 2 yet. I haven't even finished off my first drink yet. So we're going to get into that in just a couple minutes. Got a couple donos I want to cover first off. Yes, we are going to get into playing some Counter-Strike 2 in just a few minutes, I will acknowledge. This live stream today is brought to you by me, as my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes, is out and available now. If you guys want to read my new poetry book, Poems to Read While Smoking Cigarettes, make sure to go check it out at the links in the, description down below. And once the VOD is up, I'll have a link in the comments down below as well. The poems within my new poetry book, they're not good poems by any means, but they are good poems to read while smoking cigarettes. And if you guys would like to check out my new poetry book, it's available now on Amazon along with booksamillion.com, bookshop.org, and it's also now available on walmart.com as well. Not joking, I am completely 100% serious. My new poetry book is now available on walmart.com, which is pretty crazy to me, I will admit. As said, it's $14.99 in specific for the paperback. If you guys would like the hardback, which is what I'm holding right now, it's also available for $24.99 on Amazon. Link in the description and details down below. Make sure to go check it out. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.